Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel today for the final Season 28 Alliance War video. This war we are going up against SHBR. So at the time of this war they were actually in the top half of Masters, but they did end up getting docked and yeah, all that sort of stuff went on. So we are going up against an illegit alliance here, but still need to put up our best game. This stage of the season, if we lose this war, we've still got a very good chance at making Masters. If we win it, we are guaranteed Masters. So we are putting in full effort here. First fight up is just a Kingpin on Flow knockdown with Doom. Doesn't really get much simpler than this. There's not a whole lot to talk about here. I'll be taking opportunities where the shock sticks to get knockdowns. There, the special one timed perfectly to give me a knockdown opportunity right as the first one ended. This Kingpin is not on the heavy hitter node, so he can safely punish his heavy attack. And yeah, that's pretty much all that fight had. So next fight up is Ebony Moore on Ebb and Flow knockdown. And I think this is a pretty solid placement for Ebony Moore, mainly just because of heavy hitter again. Because his medium attacks are projectiles, you can only parry his light. So if he starts going for medium heavy, then you may have trouble getting your attack opportunities in. Also, he is going to have that annoying degeneration, as well as the falter to manage if you're not knocking him down frequently enough. So this is a pretty solid placement for Moore. But Doom, he does one thing really well in this fight, and that is that he can get knockdowns so easily without needing to parry. So if he does start going for medium heavies over and over again, we are just fine to go for some intercepts. Ebony Moore, he does not hit very hard at all, so there's not really much threat associated with that. Now, I was not too concerned about getting the degen on me from the Fury Nullify on the special one. Obviously, I'd rather avoid it if I can, but I'm not going to go out of my way to avoid it and then risk messing up somewhere else. Here he throws his special one at the same time that Falter activates on us, so we can't punish it. Here we go for a special 3. And another thing to keep in mind in this matchup is that while Ebony Moore is focusing, not focused when he's focusing, so after a heavy attack or a special 3, he's going to reduce your ability power rate by a bit. As you can see here, we didn't get up to our special 1, and that is also the main reason why I used my special 3 when Ebony Moore's power was a little bit lower, because I didn't want him to be sitting at or just below a special 3 without me having the ability to throw a special 1. So here he's been really awkward and just going for a bunch of medium heavies, finally goes for medium light and we get the reparry. And yeah, it's a bit of a slower fight, but it's pretty safe as well. Here we just go for a special 2 to finish him off, and we actually did manage to avoid any degen in that fight, which was pretty nice. Next up is a Nova on Heavy Hitter and Power Alternator. This is another pretty common placement for Nova. And again, pretty much the exact same reason as Moore is why he is here. And that is because his medium attacks can't be parried. So if he keeps going for medium heavy, you're not going to get many attack opportunities. Now, unlike Moore, Nova can also auto-block your intercepts, so they are not going to be able to get your attack opportunities every time. But Doom, again, he's pretty safe for this matchup. Nova overall, he just struggles to really deal that much damage to someone like Doom if he can't line crits. This Nova is also unduped, so his auto block is not going to be able to parry at any stage, and his first dash attack will also be dealing significantly less damage. And yeah, you can see he's already nearly halfway down. Doom is hitting fairly hard in this matchup. Now here you'll see that I used a special 2 when Aura wasn't active, and that is on purpose because Nova reduces damage from unblockable attacks by 70%. So the special 2 if it was thrown with or active, would be unblockable, deal barely any damage. Here I was getting a bit concerned about a special 3, but thankfully he throws a medium light, because Nova he does get a bit of power gain from dashing in. Here we throw a special 2, but he's actually already dead at the time we throw it, so it just gets caught, and yeah, it's a very easy fight. Here is a Mordo on the Mixmaster Aggression Prowess Power Focus 1 nodes. Took the same fight last war. Doom is a very safe option here. Again, similar to last war, just going to be going for medium, light, heavy. We've got the White Magneto pre-fight so we can freely parry. And yeah, then once we get to special 3s, we go for the alternate Doom cycle, because we don't want to trigger Mixmaster. And we also do want to try and manage not going for 2 mediums in a row after that special 3. Now, see, sometimes we get the power steal, sometimes we don't, and that is just dependent on whether we are hitting him when it triggers, because when we remove the power gain by hits, it's not classed as a nullify, so we don't get the steal from the SIG. If the stagger is what stops it, then we do get the power gain. Now, you see here, I believe this is actually a bit bugged. He's over a bar of power and he's still gaining sort of normal power from some of our hits, not suffering the massive reduction that Power Focus 1 should be causing. Doesn't really make a difference in this fight, but it is just an interesting bug to point out. And yeah, he's nearly down now. We've got 2 Furies stacked up, and the special 1 will finish him off. So a very, very clean fight there against Mordo, just over a minute long. And now we move on to a not so clean fight against Jabari Panther on node 25. So this is a pretty common placement for her, and I do normally assign Doom, but this is actually the first time I've ever taken this matchup with him. So you definitely do want a White Magneto pre-fight here so you can freely parry her. So the main reason she is here is because of her cleanse coupled with her kinetic transference on the node. You're probably going to be blocking more than usual because of that. And also when she's in the hunt, she's actually stun immune, so you're probably going to be blocking even more than normal in that. Now what I didn't take into account, and I really should have done, is that when she cleanses a debuff, she gains one of her hunt charge things. And in the duels that I did, I think she died too quickly for that to count. Here I completely screw up. Late punish to a heavy attack, take a bunch of damage. Now I've got some bleeds on us as well. But yeah, go for a special 3 here, but what I haven't noticed yet is that she's actually in the hunt right now. She's completely stun immune. I go in for the hit, panic, throw a special 1. Thankfully she doesn't use her special 3. Not sure if it would have killed, but it definitely would not have ended well. And she just about goes down. Got really lucky there that she didn't immediately special 3. And also I actually was not planning to use the Mystic Power Boost on that fight initially, and changed my mind just before going into it. And I'm very glad that I did, otherwise I would not have had that special 1 available to go for after the special 3. Now this fight is a much calmer fight. It's Vision Arcus on intercept. Pretty much nothing to this matchup. It's just a generic Doom versus Arcus fight. Running 5 out of 5 Mystic Dispersion, so that should make it very safe as well in terms of getting back to my special 3 from power gain stealing. Not going to worry too much about landing intercepts. Doom does plenty of damage, especially in this matchup where you're just going to be cycling specials over and over. So yeah, you can see we're just stealing all his power gains, triggering Mystic Dispersion. Doom combo gets us straight back up to another special 3. The Mystic Power Boost also helping out a bit there. I believe we are max boosted at this stage as well. So yeah, there's pretty much no way we're going to die to this. There we go for a heavy attack, we get back up to the special 3 again, and yeah, this is just an extremely simple fight, and I don't really have any idea why Arcus is placed here, to be honest. And yeah, this last cycle should finish it all off. So now moving on to the next fight. This is a Professor X on Ebb and Flow Intercept and Mighty Charge. And I do think this is a pretty good placement because for the most part you're pretty much not going to be able to parry him whatsoever in this fight. Because the only attack that he has that you can parry, unless you've got someone who can parry projectiles obviously, is his first medium. And Mighty Charge will prevent you from doing that. Now we get off to a really good start in this fight and immediately get an intercept off. There, I don't know what I was doing. I was about to hit into his falter, so I go for his special 1 to cancel it because he can't falter the special attacks, but then immediately after that we just forget the falter exists apparently and take a combo to the face because of it. But that is why I'm using Doom for this. He can take an absolute beating in this matchup and still be fine. Here we land an intercept, and now I just want to basically bait out the falter. Go for the special 3 now, but we do still have the falter active. Special 3 should deal some pretty good damage though, because we've got the Ebb and Flow Intercept protection down and we've got the Fury up. Yeah, 31,000. Go for a combo into a special 2. And that finishes him off. So yeah, it's a pretty easy fight for Doom there. Just ate that combo at the start because we were playing like an idiot. So next up is Mole Man, again on Ebb and Flow Intercept Mighty Charge. He also has Crumbling Armor, which doesn't matter whatsoever because we're using Doom, who's immune to it. And yeah, Doom is a pretty solid matchup here. I'd say the best matchup would be Ghost, who will probably just end this in like 1 special 2. Mega Red and Apocalypse also pretty good, but Doom pretty safe here. Now the most important thing in this matchup is we do not want to go for a single medium intercept. We're only going to go for light intercepts because if he blocks the medium attack, then he will just go unstoppable and combo us. If he's in Frenzy, then he can actually deal some really significant damage to Doom. So we definitely don't want to mess up if he's in Frenzy. So we've got the intercept protection down here. We go for a special 3. Dealing some pretty nice damage. Combo into special 2. And the special 2 finishes him off. Really simple fight there for Doom. And now we're moving on to the first and only fight of this season that we are taking with Mephisto. So I have taken him up to rank 3. And this was the main matchup that I wanted to be using him for and more. This is a Dragon Man on Hazard Shift Stun immunity, and Mephisto is by far the safest option for this matchup. Especially while True Focus was there, which it isn't now, so you can ghost this again. But with True Focus there, Mephisto is easily the safest. And you can already see why. His Soul Imprisonment has just completely removed his power gain. That power gain is not going to come back at any stage in this fight. So you can see here we're just block baiting heavy attacks. And we're going for our special 3. Now you want to throw your first special 3 while Dragon Man is over 2 bars of power. It will drain 2 bars of power and then it will give you a permanent Aura of Incineration, which will be a pretty significant damage source in this matchup, on top of giving you power gain. So yeah, you can see it's ticking for just under 600. And now we're basically just going to be cycling our special 2s. Now I basically just opted to block everything in this matchup. It's Mephisto's only fight, and yeah, chip damage doesn't matter. The only way that we're really going to die here is if we get knocked down or get cornered and then mess up. And yeah, even though Mephisto's damage really is not that great, he is actually still going down at a pretty quick rate. Mainly just because we can keep a lot more aggressive than, say, Red Hulk could in this matchup, because we don't have to worry about his power gain. Also, by blocking everything, we're avoiding Mystic Dispersion from Dexterity. And yeah, this fight is pretty much over. So we did lose this war 5-6, but again, this alliance was cheating and ended up getting docked. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the Season 29 war.